Okay, welcome back to this modelling series. In this video I'd like to do a few things to the character, add the hand to the arm, add the neck, and also create some feet for the character, and also tidy up some of this geometry, because as we were adding detail in the previous video we created a few too many curves for the leg, so I'll deal with this firstly. But as you can see, I have imported a hand into Maya. I haven't modelled a hand from scratch because all hands look the same. And if you want to download the one I modelled, you can do this. Just go to unitychatchannel.com. So if you go to the downloads page, 3D models, and the hand is at the bottom here. I've edited the hand since then, and it's a bit nicer now, the geometry. So feel free to download this for free and import it into your project. But we'll get to the hand in a minute. I just want to focus on this at the moment. So as you can see, we have a few too many curves on the leg, bit more than I want to use, so I'm just going to get rid of some of them. The first one I want to get rid of is probably this one here, so I'm just going to go to the split polygon tool and simply just probably split some curves here. Okay, doesn't matter too much because we'll get to the breasts in the next video and edit our geometry here. Okay, and we can now go to the edge and go right down to the bottom. I don't know which one, probably the middle one. Then we can simply press Command and Backspace, or Edit Mesh, delete edge and vertex. So we've freed up a bit of space here between the curves, and I think this one's a bit unnecessary as well. So I'm going to do the same thing, split polygon tool, and just go around the character. Cool. Okay, so this is probably good for animation as well, these curves, but we'll deal with these later on. Go back to an edge mode and simply double click, edit mesh, delete edge vertex. So now the leg is a lot nicer to edit. So let's go to the slide edge tool and just simply move this across a little bit. Do the same for this one. Okay, and this one as well. So cool. Okay, the leg looks good now. Just to double check, like we've been doing a lot in the previous videos, go to the guide, our reference guide, and just see if everything lines up, because the chances are when you add a few curves the shape does manipulate a little bit. Just moving these out. Moving these out. Okay. Cool, so that will do for now for the leg. Just wanted to tidy this up. Okay, and we could also smoothen out the edges we just created. Soften edge, okay. Okay, so moving on from this now. Again, we'll do this in the next video. The breasts will change the geometry a lot. Okay, I'm going to attach this hand, but as you might realise, there's a material on this hand right now. If I turn on the material, Maya hasn't imported it, so I don't want to use it. And to delete a material, we can go to Window, Rendering Editors, Hypershade, and our materials are listed here. So the material on the hand is Lambert 2. We can just select this and hit the backspace key and it will be deleted, and now there are no materials. Okay, so let's just add an existing material to this, Lambert 1. Okay, now we're the same as the body itself. So to attach this, as you can see there's a lot of edges going here. We just need to attach the two objects together, the mesh combine. So I'm just going to select these faces, bring them closer together. Just making sure it's going to match the arm. Let's bring it across a tad. Okay. The first thing I want to do is just merge some vertices together in a place where we're not going to manipulate the shape of the hand when we animate. So this is a good place. Okay, I'm just going to go around and make sure everything's matching. So that one's fine. That one's going to merge onto that. This one can merge there. This one to there. Okay, this one to there. and this one can go there as well. So now we can go ahead and merge these together to the rest of the body. Right, okay, that's cool. Let's go to an edge mode. And Maya doesn't realise this is an actual curve, so never mind. Just hold the control key to deselect these curves, and as you can see, everything's connected. To tidy this up a bit, I'm just going to scale this down, bring it up a little bit. Okay, that already looks quite nice. So go to a vertex, making things a bit shorter. Right, that looks cool. Let's bring it back a little bit. And we might as well grab the next curve up and bring that back a tad, because that looks a bit wonky to me. Right, let's bring it across a little bit, just tweaking things out really, just making sure we have something to work with. And okay, bringing this down. Cool. Okay, let's go out of this now and see what we've done. I still think it looks a bit long, so I'm just going to literally just shorten things out. So let's just grab these ones and make them a bit thinner. And as you can see, there's a natural bend in the arm, and that is good because when we come to animate, that will help us out a lot. Okay, so this bit is a bit bulky. I don't want our character to be too muscly. I'm just going to bring these in a little bit. Cool, let's just grab these and soften out these edges. And now we have a really good hand going on here. Cool, okay. So as you can see, I've joined the vertices kind of halfway up the wrist area, because when the hand bends, it will bend around this curve here, and no triangles are around here, so that's good for us. We might want to add some geometry later on, but this is a good place to join the hand. So now I'm going to move on to the foot area. So I'm just going to get this loop here, extrude edge, and bring it straight downwards in a world mode. Okay, so before I go any further, I'm just going to create a edge loop, insert edge loop tool here. Okay, so let's grab the front 4 faces to extrude the foot. So I'm going to frame up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's actually very straight, so I'm just going to quickly get these edges, move them in a tad. Okay, simple as that, just so it's nicer to work with. So extruding again, extrude out in a world mode, extrude outwards. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a very simple shape of a foot here. So I'm gonna go to a vertex and bring all these down, making sure this axis here matches this one, otherwise it will look weird. And just grabbing these faces again, extruding one more time in a world. Okay, so this looks okay for now for a low poly foot. Grab these edges, 1, 2, 3. Let's move them down. Grab these 4. Move them down. Okay, these can go across a tiny bit, scale inwards a little bit. Right. So to make sure this animates correctly when the foot is bending, I'm just going to get this whole edge going around and rotate it upwards, like so. Okay, moving downwards a little bit, and in doing so we've deformed the foot, so just bring it out a tiny bit. Okay, so now we have a nice loop to deform the foot. Cool, so if we wanted to, we could go ahead and split things going around even more. And straightening them up. Going down. Okay, that looks nice. Cool. So just going to tidy, don't want to mess with that one. Get the bottom vertex here. I'm just making sure everything's aligned perfectly. So vertex snapping things into place. Okay, let's have a look. That looks good. And as you can see, we can close this off now, the end of the character. I'm going to get this loop, right click and fill hole. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit more thickness to the foot itself. Grabbing these, extruding downwards. So the character's got something, got the sole to her foot, just downwards a tad. Okay, cool. I'm not going to worry about poking this yet. So let's zoom out and see what the foot looks like in relation to the rest of the character. I think it's about the right shape. Obviously we can't use the guides very much, but the foot looks okay. It might be a bit too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a face mode, deselect these ones, simply pull it out like so, tiny bit longer, bring it forwards. Again, let's do our little trick, normal soften edge. So this is the basic shape of the foot, okay guys? The next thing I want to do here is just split a few more polygons, and I want them to go straight forward around the foot. So it joins on here. Okay, so I'm just going to select the edge I just created. I think it was going from here. Straighten it out, totally straighten this whole thing out. Select the rest of them, so everything going around, and I'm going to harden these edges out. Okay, then I'm going to get these ones and soften them. Soften edge. Okay, that looks a bit nicer. I'm going to continue with the foot a bit later. I'm going to add a bit of detail at the bottom. So let's leave it for now. So I'm just going to make it a bit less thick. Cool, so that's the general shape of the foot, okay? Moving on now, I'm just going to create the neck. So for the neck, we can create a cylinder. Let's just create one like so. For this cylinder, I'm going to have 4 subdivision heights and 8 going around, and let's snap it to the neck. Now, like we've been doing before, we need to get rid of the faces on top of the object and the bottom of the object. Okay, I'm going to smooth out these faces, normal, soften, snap it into place if we can. Down, and now we can use our guide again, so I'm going to find it to move the neck into place. Okay, so it's quite a simple shape, the neck. I'd like it to go up to the jawline. I think that would be nice. Like so. Go to the front, do the same thing. Just move it into place. Okay, so all I want to focus on now is attaching it to the shoulder. So with both objects selected, let's combine them. Okay, and looking around, we have 1, 2, 3. So we've got 4 edges going around this shoulder area, and we've also got 4 edges for the neck. So I'm just going to attach them. Vertex, merge vertex tool. So this one's going to be attached here, and simply just attaching the neck to the shoulder. So I want this edge to stay in the center of the character, so I'm just going to double check whether it is in the center. Yeah, it's pretty much in the center, isn't it? So so now I'm just going to get all of these edges going right down, going right around the character. Not including these ones on the neck. Let's get rid of these ones. And I'm going to snap them into place Okay, so simple as that. So this is the neck. Before I finish the video, let's just tidy up these vertices, curve snap them, bring them round. We might need some more loops, so let's just bring these inwards. Just bringing these inwards a little bit. Okay, and I'm just going to make another loop going around the character's shoulders. Boom. Okay, let's go to the guides again. Now we can simply delete one half of the neck and go to a vertex and make sure everything's in place. Okay, the head will be very easy to attach onto the neck. I'll show you how to do that later on. So let's go to an object mode, normal soften, one more time. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's just go to a side. Again, moving everything into place, just making sure everything's in place. So I'm going to bring these down, bring this one up, like so. Just trying to add a curve for the neck. Right, that's good. Doesn't have to be perfect, obviously, for now, but okay, awesome. Right, so now we have a neck attached to the body. Let's just grab these edges, bring them up, keep the shoulder defined, make our life easier a bit later on. Okay, that looks good to me. So here we go. In the next video I'm going to continue with the foot, make it a bit nicer, and also the breasts. Okay, so thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video.